Well, I guess some of us got to wake up here. The Jays' offense today, non-existent. After beating up the Tampa Bay Rays pitching staff, the Jays come back home for the final 6 games at Rogers Center for the regular season. Now, you know Michael King's going tonight. You know Garrett Cole's going tomorrow. So you know it's going to be tough. But the Jays get shut out today. No runs on 3 hits. They had more walks than hits today. And a 2-run shot from Austin Wells against Jordan Romano in the 9th inning is the difference maker. And that is the 2nd consecutive outing now for Jordan Romano that he's allowed runs and coughed up a game. So that's been everybody's talking point. And it's incredible for me. I got a few different things I want to say about Jordan Romano in the situation. But let's break down the game. Kevin Gausman got the start for the Blue Jays, and he was spectacular. Other than 2 walks in the first inning, dude was lights out. Sure, got into a little trouble in his last inning, but got out of it and went 7 shutout innings. I mean, the no Aaron Judge for the Yankees, you really wanted to get this win. But your offense had other choices, had other stories, had other plans, I guess. But the one real big opportunity the Blue Jays had to score runs in this ballgame was with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. up in the bottom half of the 3rd. After Varsho gets out and Kirky gets the first hit of the ballgame for the Blue Jays, a single up the middle. Kevin Kiermaier reaches, but the fielder's choice. Kirky gets out at second base, but then Springer walks and Bo walks, and we're back at the point where the Yankees can't find the strike zone. Vladdy comes up, and he's got a 3-1 count at this point. Before I even tell you what happened next, and for anybody that did not watch the game, 3-1 count, it's a tied ball game. You clearly don't have your command. What are you throwing Vladdy? You got to throw him a fastball. You have to throw him a fastball because you have to get back in the... You can't pray that he swings at a breaking ball. Or if he doesn't, and it's not a strike, which we talked about it with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. We talked about in the last video I talked about it, how Vladdy should be looking fastball all the time. He's a great fastball hitter, and you don't need, if they're going to paint 3 breaking balls in a row, tip the cap and that's it. 3-1 count, you got to be looking fastball. And he takes a 2-seam fastball right down the middle. What is the thought there? Like, again, what is the approach? And sure, he takes a pitch that was a ball for strike 3. But in the end, you could have done damage with the second strike. And he chooses not to swing at it when it's right down Broadway. And then he strikes out looking on a ball that was not a strike, but c'est la vie. And the inning is over. And that right there was your really only golden opportunity to score against Michael King and the whole entire Yankees pitching staff. That's it. So I don't know what Vladdy was up there looking for. Like, what in that situation could you be looking for? Looking breaking ball? Well, there's nowhere to put you. So if that's the case, you look fastball until you see the spin. And you see it's a breaking ball, don't even sniff at it. Or any sort of off speed. But it was a fastball. Crank that thing. Hit it hard. But he takes it and strikes out. I mean, that's been the problem with Vladdy all year long, right? He gives you these stretches of greatness like the Tampa series. And you're thinking, man, he's kind of figured it out, right? His month of September has been really good. And then he'll give you an at-bat like this where you're like, what? What were you thinking? So now let's fast forward to the 9th inning. And Jordan Romano comes out in a non-safe situation. And let's be honest, we all know the numbers of Jordan Romano in non-safe situations. they're not pretty. And what did we talk about last year with Yusei Kikuchi and Jose Berrios? What did they need to do to turn things around? It's fastball command. Right? Fastball command is one of the most important things as a pitcher in baseball. Because look at Berrios this year. Look at Kikuchi's walks down this year. I understand he's been tough recently, but the overall season numbers. Look at the walks to strikeouts. They're down the walks are down the drain. You know why? Because he's pounding with fastballs, and everything else is playing off of that. But for Jordan Romano, he's coming out of the bullpen throwing 94, 95. And sure, he's coming up against these young hitters. And I'm okay with him throwing 94, 95, even though he should be throwing 96, 97, 98 because it's September. You should be dialed into this ball game, and there shouldn't be any more motivation needed. But also didn't throw them in good spots. And the fastball command wasn't there. Fastball down the middle, base hit. Fastball down the middle, 2-run shot. Just like that, you're down 2-0. That's the story of his outing. And do we blame the fingernail thing? No. Do I say that I have no confidence in Jordan Romano? Look, I'll tell you this. Do I always have that nervous feeling of Romano hitting the hill? Yeah, I do. But more often than not, he squanders that. Right? Before the blown save against Tampa, and this wasn't a save, so it wasn't a blown save. Before that Tampa series where he blew that game, he had converted 26 consecutive saves. No matter how nail-biter they are, bases loaded, 1 out, somehow gets out of it, right? First 2 guys reach, somehow gets out of it. Trust me, it's been a tightrope all year long with Romano. But he's got it done in save situations. I'm not sitting here defending what he did today because throwing 94, 95 right down the middle to any hitter, especially a minor leaguer who, think about it, when they come up, they're seeing velocity. They know what velo looks like. But it's how tight the breaking balls are and how much movement and the location of breaking balls, that is the difference between the big leagues and the minor leagues. And command. But if you're going out there throwing 94, 95 down the middle to these guys, they'll crush you. And they did. It's fastball, command for Jordan Romano. For anybody. If Kevin Gausman doesn't have his fastball, good luck. If Berrios, Kikuchi can't find the strike zone with their fastball, good luck. So for Jordan Romano, that's not no matter if it's save or not save situations or what he did before that, I don't care. We have 5 games left, and he's your closer. Would I love to see Hicks get a chance? Sure. But at this point in the year, you're not going to change your closer. To go into the playoffs with a mindset for Jordan Romano like, oh God, I might not have this spot. I got to be extra. And just put that in his head. It's the last thing you want to do late September heading into October. So it is what it is. Romano is your closer. Deal with it. But for his sake, he's got to figure it out. Fastball, command. Get it done. I'm not going to read the offensive stats because it was painful for all the players. But the totals were 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, and they walked 6 times. They had double the walks that they did hits. Enough said. Kevin Gausman, once again, no run support. 7 innings, 3 hits, 5 Ks, walked 2. Awesome. Swanson, great. Clean inning of work, had a strikeout. And we obviously know Romano went an inning, allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, and he had a couple strikeouts. But that was it. It is what it is, and Seattle's going to win today. They're up 5-0 right now on the Houston Astros unless an insane comeback occurs. So with that being said, the magic number will not change because Houston won Game 1, and if Seattle wins this, it's a split series, and nothing changes. You needed Houston to win to change the magic number, or a Jays win. You got neither. But because the Jays have done so well recently in winning series, they swept the Red Sox, beat 1-2-3 against the Yankees, 1-2-3 against the Rays. They've done their job. With Houston losing today, that will put them at 72 losses. The Mariners have 72 losses. The Jays have 70. We have a 2-loss gap, and we have the tiebreak against the Houston Astros. So there's that. But for right now, I'm not worried about playoff stuff yet. But it might get to that at some point. We shall see. Tomorrow, Game 2 of the 3-game set against the New York Yankees is the exact same pitching matchup we saw in the Bronx. You find a way to win tomorrow, I don't want to say you're in the clear, but you're in pretty good shape because the finale is Chris Bassett versus Luke Weaver, who's thrown 119 innings this year at an ERA of 6.47. Not a phone number of Toronto, by the way. And that's not his digits. Just making sure it's his ERA. So there's that. Find a way to win that Garrett Cole start. And for Jose Berrios, keep your team in it. That 3-run shot in the first inning last game was tough. It's going to be tricky tomorrow. I'm not expecting a win, which at this point of the year, you kind of need them. But find a way to do a job. Win a ball game there, and it puts everyone at ease. Because every time the Jays lose a ball game at this point in the season, everyone's crapping themselves. So win a ball game, and let's look to win a series on Thursday, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, and of course not the result today, because it was an awful game to watch. Hit the like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game today. What'd you like? What'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below, so follow up there if you've not done so already, and I'll talk to you, of course, tomorrow night. Game 2 of the 3-game set against the Yankees at Rogers Center. Jose Berrios, Garrett Cole. I didn't say carrot. Whatever. Garrett Cole is the pitching matchup there. 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And Kevin Gausman's outing today. We'll talk to you guys then.